Being diagnosed with cancer is a shocking and frightening experience, not only for you, but also for your families. However, medical advances in recent times have been tremendous, with more people than ever either being completely cleared of cancer or given treatments that enable them to have a better quality of life living with the condition, for longer and often for many years longer. Statistics show that more than 1 in 3 of us will have some sort of cancer at some point in our lives. Everyone is a unique individual, and how people travel through their experience is also unique. The Bracken Trust provides support for people coping with the effects of cancer, the treatments of their cancer, and on the impact it has on their lives and those of their families, be it physically, emotionally, or practically. If you or someone you care about is going through the experience of cancer or its effects, the Bracken Trust is here for you. We welcome everyone and invite you to come and see for yourself just how much support we can offer. Of paramount importance to us though, the Bracken Trust cares deeply about our patients and the way that we can support you through your experience without obligation or charge.
I'm Heidi, and I've been coming to the Bracken Trust for just over 2 years now, following a diagnosis of breast cancer. Now, I knew that Bracken Trust was here. My husband and I used to walk past it regularly, but had never had any reason to come into the building. And about 3 days after I was diagnosed, my husband and I were walking, and we walked past the Bracken Trust, and we took the opportunity to come in on spec, and it was a wonderful moment in many ways. Jane was very welcoming and saw us straight away and explained what it was the Bracken Trust could offer in addition to the medical side of the treatment. So I feel the Bracken Trust has been very much part of my journey from diagnosis through to treatment, and now 2 years on into the what next, kind of picking up life again following treatment.
It's a great addition to the conventional therapy to have something like the Bracken Trust locally, close to the people's home, and in such a peaceful environment, to contrast with their busy journeys to a hectic district general hospital.
I don't think we've ever had anyone that's come here and it's not been for them, they've gone away. There are people that come in and fully embrace things here. They've been patients, they've become volunteers, they've ended up, organising fundraising. Other people like to come in, keep themselves a little bit and see the therapist they've come here to see. That's absolutely fine. There's no pressure to get involved, and there's no pressure to socialise if you don't want to. Many people do, and for many people very strong friendships are made here.
We obviously are medically trained, so we can help you with information and talk through your treatments. But what we want to do is to try and make you feel human as possible and make you feel, that this is a place where you can come and be yourself. In fact, what we really want is you to treat this as a home.
Yeah, as I was saying, just met someone.
So the idea of the place is very calming. It's very warm, and it's just nice to see patients chatting and relaxed. And they can come here either on their own and therefore have that period of time out, away from home, away from their families, much as they love them, but it's their time. There's then discussion as to the type of support we can give, and that could be counselling, it could be body therapies, it could be nutrition, it could be support activities like relaxation and visualisation, art, walking, and others as well.
Yeah, like the hospitals, don't get me wrong, the hospitals are great, were brilliant. The treatment I had, I'd be going 1 day every 3 weeks for the chemotherapy, and you couldn't fault any of it at all. But I found the aftercare treatment wasn't great. I went to the doctors, and basically if I was in any pain, you just had painkillers. There was no aftercare. But with this is the aftercare treatment, and you can take away some of the painkillers.
One thing we do take very importantly is the family and people whose loved ones are going through the cancer experience. We want to help them as well.
My father and stepmother come not as patients, but they support as members. I think they found it quite useful to come, and there was always somebody they could talk to as well. So very important. Same with my husband. He's been up a few times, and just to sort of see the counsellor and things. So even the support for him's always been there.
They give you that will to do it, like, and you can, they say you can talk to them. If you've got a problem, you speak to either one of them, and they'll talk you through things, and you think, oh yes, that solved that problem, and they give you that extra boost.
It's only when you have a problem that you realise that you don't know where to get information. Hence the fact that the big lottery gave us funding for outreach, and so one of our nurses goes out on outreach 1 day a week, and that can be anything from the Young Farmers Rally. We want to get out into the community to reach particularly men, particularly in a rural community, because men, unfortunately, don't go to the doctors, don't recognise the symptoms that are coming on until it's quite late in the game. We're going out to the various farmers markets, livestock markets, and we have stands there to display our material, but also we have a nurse and an information worker there as well. Now the stand is not always manned. When the stand is left, we know exactly how many pamphlets are on that stand. And when we count them up, when we come back, it's quite surprising how many have been picked up. Currently we have a budget, an operating budget of about £230,000. Now how we make up that money, it falls into generally 3 pots. One is the lottery, which we're very grateful for, and a number of other smaller ones, all of which are hugely supportive. But we have to do other things to support the Bracken, and so we have the summer fair, and it's a lovely afternoon, and we make about £5,000. We had the bike ride, and that's a personal challenge for people. The run, well, that turned into a far more serious thing than we thought it was, and we had the Welsh National Fell Racing champion that actually won it. What I can't say too much about is the value that our volunteers give the organisation. The social committee are a wonderful bunch of people, put on these coffee mornings, selling cakes and crafts and the like, and various other functions, cheese and wine evenings, a myriad of functions to actually raise money and raise the profile of the trust. But the